Wink, wink, and what up?
Hola, how are you, Steph?
I am just feeling really empowered today, Neen. How are you?
I'm doing good, not bad. It's not bad for a Monday. Is it gloomy over there like it's gloomy here?
It's muggy as fuck over here. Okay.
Yeah, what's up with
I'm
that?
not amused. I have fans on me, but so I put a little jacket in case, because I want like my face to not feel so flushed. It's like,
Uh-huh.
am I in menopause? But like it's hot outside.
It
It's
is.
practically December. Can we have some fog? Is that okay? Like
Yeah. That
Mother
seems to be
Nature?
the running complaint lately.
Sorry, listeners, but I'm tired of it. Like I'm tired of sweating. I'm tired. Unless
Mm-hmm.
I'm at the gym, I don't need to be sweating this much. Like I'm tired. Under boob
Yeah.
sweat? No, no.
Right? Yeah,
I'm
for
tired
real.
of it.
That's not the business. I tell ya.
It isn't. Your hair looks fucking phenomenal today. It's
Really?
so
Oh,
shiny. Did you wear a
I have
hair
a weird
mask
perk
or is
going
that
on.
just you?
What'd you say?
Did you wear a hair mask today or is that just you?
No, I didn't actually. You know what though? My hair is like really shedding
Really?
really bad. And I'm like, to where I'm like, oh my God, am I losing my hair? Like, I usually don't freak out about this kind of stuff, but it's
Really?
like, I have like literally my OCD was like the other day, I combed my hair and then I went like this and there was like a whole bunch of hair.
Are you
And I'm like,
stressed? Like are you
no,
okay?
nothing. So I was like, okay. So I literally counted all the hairs that
Of
came out
course you did. How many?
and it was like 28. And so
Shit.
normally though, like it says each day we shed up to like 100.
Okay.
So I was
Yeah.
like, okay. And I think because my hair is longer, it seems like a lot, but it's
Yeah,
still not normal.
you have a
I'm like,
lot of hair. Like I think you're gonna be fine. But I'm
it's
worried that when I
weird.
get older, like in my 70s, I'll be balding. So I'll be like I have thin hair, you know my hair, and like I lose hair every day, like when I wash it, and you know how I
Mm-hmm.
brush it, so it's my own fault. But
Okay, shoot. It's like to where you could hear it like
yeah,
snapping.
I know,
Yes.
I know, I know. I need to stop. But today I did do a hair mask, and I was like, Neen will be
Aw,
proud.
I love it. No, for sure. It's important. Like, I guess that's the thing for me is like I was just trying to like figure out what the hell's going on. And I know our hair goes through stages and every like year there's certain times where your hair you like shed.
Hmm.
So, maybe that's it. I don't know, because I'm not
Maybe.
like and I had my thyroid checked and it was
Okay.
fine.
Oh.
So, because that's I was thinking, okay, because that's a huge symptom is like major shedding of your hair could be your thyroid.
Oh shit. What does Jada Pinkett claim to have again? I mean,
Uh,
have.
alopecia.
That's it.
Which, okay, we're going to talk about your weekend because it was like crazy fun filled. But before we do that, this Jada Pinkett thing and Will Smith,
It's
what's your
weird.
take on it? Because
She's
I'm,
such a bitch. I'm sorry. You know what?
yes,
She just is determined to take this man and like stomp him to the ground and leave him like just like what are you doing? Like does she
right?
this all these interviews that she's giving for her book? Like did she even like talk to him, give him a heads up? I feel like the poor guy is just her personal punching bag.
Oh,
And
completely.
the whole like Chris Rock drama thing. If you guys weren't together, then I don't know. I don't like her. I used
Hmm.
to, but I
Yeah.
literally I see her face and it
Hmm.
makes me want to get violent. Like
No,
she
for real.
because of the way she is and listening to her
Hmm.
speak about I really, really like Will Smith. I'm not married to him. I don't live with him, but I've always really liked him.
Hmm.
And it hurts me to see. It's
It
not
does.
it's
It's
not a
not
good
right.
look. I hope she tanks for book sales there. That's how I feel. How do you feel?
I no, I feel the same way. I will admit I really adored her with her Red Table Talk.
I
Like I
know.
really liked how and one thing I still like about her because I feel as though she could see two sides of the fence. Like
Hmm.
she's very fair when it comes
Right.
to conclusions. And that's something that I was like, okay, because her mom was not. Her mom was very set in her ways.
Yeah.
And it was to where like Jada was like, no, you need to look at it this way. You can't jump to conclusions about this or that. But when this whole thing came out, I was like, wow, she just really made him look so I don't know. Kind of, I don't even, it made her look, because she even said that that whole thing with the Oscar thing, it made her look like she was like a villain.
Yeah.
And, like it was her that caused him to snap and all this other stuff. I agree with that. But she said, I don't know if you saw the clip from the interview with, what's her name, Hoda or Coda,
Yeah.
whatever. She had asked him, or she had said, you,
Roni.
who's the man behind the curtain? I love it. Oh my God.
He likes to go behind there. I don't know. He
That
thinks
was
he's
hecka funny. That was
Oz.
super cute.
There it is
Um,
again.
but, but she asked, she goes, I don't know why he even claimed, when he called me his wife, we haven't been together for 7 years.
And she waited. Pause for reaction.
Yeah. And I'm like, hello, newsflash, you're still married. You're not divorced. Technically, you're still his wife, you
She's
know?
horrible.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. People, I hope that her talking about this just makes his career go back to where it should be, because it's obvious that this was coming from a different, maybe he was going through a struggle with the fact that they're separated.
Who knows? I mean, did you see his post today? He put captions off.
No, I didn't. I
Yeah.
meant to, I clicked on something, but you know how it takes you to ads?
Yeah.
So I was like, forget it. What did he
Yeah.
say?
He just titled his Instagram post or whatever social media post captions off so
That's
that
it?
nobody can comment. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
Interesting. It's sad. I feel for him. I mean, I don't think that what he did to Chris Rock was, needed. It wasn't necessary, but um
Wait, sorry, you just reminded me of something because I
mhm,
saw someone talk about her, how she's always talking about Tupac, always, right? In her
mhm,
relationship with Tupac, and how he allegedly proposed to her while he was at Rikers, but he was with someone else and like he was engaged to, I forgot what. And I know I'm not trying to say like men don't cheat or men
mhm.
don't like, but I don't know, it just didn't ath. I was gonna say the math ain't mathin', you know how the kids say.
Yeah, it's not adding up.
It wasn't adding up.
No, it's true. And I feel like she was trying to find like common ground between them. And you know how like she said that they both were suffering from alopecia, and maybe yeah, they
Yeah.
were, but I'm like, is that really something that, I mean,
Yeah, did
I don't
we
know.
need to know that about him? Like he's not even here
Yeah.
to like, did he want his, isn't that a HIPAA violation even after death? Like, why are you
Okay.
sharing his personal like health
Exactly.
conditions? The
No,
fuck?
I agree. And I think too that she actually, I think she was madly in love with him. I
I
want to say
agree.
that was like one of her loves of her life, and
Yeah,
that she
love
couldn't
lost.
express that and
Hmm.
stuff for some, I don't know. I just think she's a narcissist in a lot of
Perfect
ways.
word, Neen.
Thank
Perfect
you.
word to
Hmm.
describe her. That's exactly, she just loves the sound of her own voice.
Yeah, because
Hence red table talk.
yes, exactly. And the thing is that her children, nothing against them, but I've come to like Willow a little more. I like she's very peaceful. She reminds me of Will, right?
Totally.
But the other one,
Jaden.
I can't. I haven't liked him since the Karate Kid. I think he's one of those kids that's just obnoxious,
Yeah.
right? And he's like her. But the thing is with her, I don't know if you ever heard her story about when they first met. Not when they first met. It was her 40th birthday, I want to say. And Will decided to give her this huge party.
Yes.
Wasn't that
Wait, but
heartbreaking?
share in case people haven't heard, because this is
Okay.
so messed up.
So, and it is, and this is why I
Oh,
say she's a narcissist, because narcissists are
oh,
famous for making it, saying like blaming the other person, but making it about them. But she was claiming it was about him.
mm,
So for her 40th birthday, she wanted to have like just a chill birthday, right? But Will planned this whole party. I don't know who he got to come sing for her, but one of her favorite artists. He had like friends and family flown into their house. It was catered. And then he got all her photos from when she was younger with like, family members that had passed, and had it put on a slideshow with music in the background. And so in the middle of the evening, he had everybody go into like their theater and played this show or this movie for them that he had made for her. And everybody was like, oh my gosh, like, standing ovation. Oh my gosh, Will, I can't believe you did this for her. And she said all she could think about is how selfish of him to do that for her. That when he created this party for her, it had nothing to do with her, that it had everything to do with him because all he wanted was accolades.
He's such a bitch.
And I go, wow. I go, that's pretty rotten. Like to me, that's a reflection of how much you love someone to try and make them happy, you
How did he
know?
not leave her sooner?
Right? And
Well,
are they even getting divorced?
that's the thing. It's like
Because
that's
she claims that one of the interviews I saw today was she was just like, well, I can't imagine my life without Will. Like, I need him in my life. Like, when I look at my life in the future, Will is in it. Like, he's a part of I don't know. It's just weird. It's very strange. And I just feel like she's just very self-loathing, and I can't handle it.
I can't either. Every time I see her now, I just
Yeah.
swipe. I'm like,
Yeah.
next.
Same here. I really feel like she had the opportunity to really be something amazing because I feel
Yeah.
like I said, she's very, um, what's that word? Like she's very diplomatic about the things that she says and very,
Yes.
passionate. But this really took a turn for the worse.
Mm,
And I hope Will's okay because he is adorable. You could tell he has a kind heart. I
you
just
could. Always, always. Oh, poor
but
guy.
enough of that drama. Let's talk about your weekend stuff. But
Ooh. I mean, it was just like, I mean, it was everything. It was so like, I feel very inspired, you know?
I love
Um,
it.
we went to go see the Taylor Swift Eras tour, and
Mm-hmm.
now I'm even more bitter that I wasn't able to get tickets to that. But this was cool
Mm-hmm.
because like we could have alcohol delivered to our chair, you know?
Totally.
It was
Was
great.
it was it a full house?
It was. And all these
Wow.
little kids, at first I was like, uh-oh, they're gonna annoy me. But they were so adorable. Like, oh my
Mm,
God. Oh, they were just
amazing.
precious. And we were all like united and singing, and it was like glow sticks everywhere. And it was just such a fun
Aw.
experience. Please take the baby. It was just and
Aw.
wear glitter, and it was just amazing. It was such a great, inspiring night. And
I
then
love it.
yeah, and we just hung out and partied after. It was great. And then we were
Because
like, ugh, we have
I
a
was gonna
concert
say, I
tomorrow.
mean, I saw a couple Instagram posts too of other people, and I was like, wow, I even got emotional looking at it because like the girls that went up to the front and they were like holding hands and like dancing and just singing their hearts out like they were there,
Yeah, we all
you know?
we were screaming, performing, dancing, and oh my God, it was such a vibe. Angel was precious. She was dancing,
Aw.
singing, like we were
So cute.
sobbing. We wanted a baby all of a
Mm.
sudden. We're like, let's get a daughter. This is fun. And then we're like, eh.
Aw, I love
But
it.
it was
But
cool.
we were talking about this before we went on air, and it's crazy because there are so many Taylor haters out there.
How is that a thing? Even my
I don't
mom likes
know.
Taylor. Like, come on.
Your mom hates Taylor?
Mm-mm.
Oh, she
She
loves
likes her.
oh.
She's like applauding her currently because of her, and I quote, schnack of a boyfriend. And I
I don't
am
know though.
too.
I
Cheers.
I mean,
What?
I'm there for it, but
Fun.
it's not going to last. I think he's there
I
for when there's a picture I saw and I had commented on it. I don't know what news thing it was on, but they're coming out of a restaurant or something.
yeah.
And you see Taylor's face, and she's totally just trying to get to her car. He, on the other hand, is all smiles, looking at the camera. And I don't know, I'm just like,
Off.
he's liking I know, like Tony said, he was way famous.
Yeah,
He's like the
before.
number two,
Yes.
whatever it is in football.
I
Um,
wish was he a tight end because he should
maybe
be.
that's what
But
it is. But he's big already. But,
yeah.
obviously people that don't watch football wouldn't know that. But I just think that he's really jumping on this bandwagon of like,
See, I
ooh,
thought that the complete opposite. I thought he was going to get irritated quick about
mm-hmm,
like the fact that every time she goes to a game, everyone's making all these comments like, oh,
mm-hmm,
now people are going to watch football and kind of like dismissing what's really happening on the field. Like it's a football
mm-hmm.
game, not a Taylor
Right.
Swift concert.
Kind of
So
like
I
what
thought,
happened with the Kardashians and all the
exactly.
basketball games.
Exactly. Or, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
so I thought that it was gonna like end because of that, because he wasn't about that, you know.
Yeah,
But
I
we'll
don't know.
see.
We'll see what
Damn, they
happens. I
look
mean,
good
maybe it'll
together.
last,
They look
hopefully.
they look absolutely precious together, and
Oh
she's
no,
having
they are.
fun. She's
Oh,
young.
she always has fun, and I love it. I love how she
Yeah,
lives her best life, and she could give
yeah,
two shits about what people think.
exactly.
And I think that she's a pure example of how a woman should be. Not be ashamed to like play the field before you decide, to settle down. I think that it's always okay for men to do that. No one ever comments on them. But when a girl does it, people always have an issue with it. And I
Yeah,
just think, she's young. Why settle down? She's having the time of her life,
exactly.
So
Exactly.
I don't know. We'll see where this relationship goes. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully I'm misjudging it. I don't know. I think he's handsome.
Mm,
They're a beautiful couple.
hmm.
It's just, I don't know. I just get a weird vibe from his, I don't know. Like, to me, it should be kind of like with her versus being like, you
Yeah,
know,
maybe he just doesn't know what to do. I feel like I would do that too, because I'm like, oh, camera, like he doesn't know how to act,
I
maybe.
guess. I don't know. Cause even
Hopefully.
Tony was like, he's really big in the football world. Like
Yeah.
everybody knows him.
Yeah.
So he should be used to in my opinion, he
That's
should be used to the
oh,
limelight,
I see what you're saying.
you
Yeah.
know? So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But so then you went from there and then you
Hmm.
went to, man, back to back nights.
It
Where'd you
was,
go?
yes. And we should have come straight home Saturday night to Mimi's and get ready. We didn't. But like
Oh.
Sunday night, we went to the Pink concert here at Chase. And oh my God, it
Aw.
was everything. This woman, first of all, wow. Um, amazing. Her set list was amazing. Her acrobatics in the air were, everyone was like, oh my God. Angel was watching like this the whole time. She was covering, she's
Wow.
like we were just kind of blown away. It was
Uh,
amazing. Our seats were really good. We were up like right where the stage is, and we could see like her running back to get dressed and all that
mm-hmm.
stuff for her next set. She quick,
So
like boom.
cool.
And like she's just always been so amazing with her fans. And
Mm-hmm.
like she was singing and she's like, oh my God, I just got distracted by your beauty, and the camera caught what she was talking, who she was talking to. It was a little girl, and like she would
Aw.
take time to touch people's hands. She's like, oh, like let me read and like
Oh, I
sign
love
things.
it.
Just really sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she is humble, and
Mm-hmm.
she's been with her peeps for over 20 years. She talked
Wow.
about oh, and this made me think of you. So she loves San Francisco. She's like, I've always loved it. I've always come. I used to hang out and hate, thinking I was,
Mm-hmm.
like so cool.
Uh-huh.
And she was talking about how her dad passed away a couple of years ago, or maybe last year, or just a couple of
Mm-hmm.
years ago. And she's like, he visited me. And I don't know if you saw her Instagram post 2 days ago, but she's like, thanks for the visit, Dad. Happy
No.
77th birthday. But she
Mm-hmm.
shared that the day after he passed away, she had doors open in her house and windows and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm jumping ahead, but she had asked him, when you go, what do you want to come back as? She was, because I believe that everyone comes back,
Mm-hmm.
and so what do you want to come back as? And he's like, well, I was a pilot, so I want to come back like as a
Mm-hmm.
bird of some sort, maybe a hawk.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward, she's grieving the loss of her dad, and she's cleaning, she's got the doors open, whatever. She turns around, and on her dining room table a hawk had flown in and was chilling.
Wow.
Yes. And then yesterday or the day before, she was in the city, she was enjoying herself before the concert.
Mm-hmm.
And a hawk, like, where was she was like somewhere downtown.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, I don't know if you guys get hawks downtown San Francisco. And we,
Mm-hmm.
no, not that low, but she was like, a hawk totally like came near me, and she's like, hey, Dad. And I thought of you, because you always like
Aw.
say that, when
I
you see
love
your dad
that.
in signs and stuff. And I thought that was so,
Ugh.
she just talked to us. I
Mm-hmm.
love when artists talk to their
Same here.
fans like
Mm-hmm.
we're in their living room. She's
Yeah,
hilarious too. So
exactly.
it was an amazing night, like
Aw.
just an amazing weekend of like inspiring women, and I
Mm-hmm.
swear, if I ever try to complain about being tired, I'm gonna remember Taylor and Pink, the
Mm-hmm.
way they went non-stop. Taylor Swift
Yeah.
performed non-stop, okay, night after night after night. Pink,
Wow.
the same thing. It was literally, she was on stage from like for 2.5 hours, I think, and she changed
Wow.
lickety split, no like long breaks. The
Damn.
longest break was a minute because she had to completely change and put the harness on to fly
Hmm.
to go see her fans up at the top. Like,
That is so
excuse me?
crazy. That is so, that's actually pretty genius. And I love when groups do that, or artists. It's like
Yeah.
when we went to NKOTB and how they had the separate stage that was further back. And
Yeah.
even Mana did the same thing where they have the stage that's further back. So the people that are in the front were now in the back,
Yeah.
right? So this way everybody gets a chance to at least get a little bit of a closer glimpse of them.
Yeah. Exactly.
I love that. And the fact that she goes up, that's even better.
Yeah. But like with no net underneath her, the fuck? I would like,
Yeah.
and
I
she's
think when
got,
she first started her, sorry to interrupt, but when she first started that tour, I remember there was like a malfunction or something.
ugh,
I don't know if she got stuck on something and she couldn't get down. Yeah, I remember because I was like, man, imagine that. And people
hell
were
no.
saying, is this something? And they were asking her, is that because of that? Is that something is that would deter you to keep doing this in your show? And she's like, no way.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. It'll happen, but
She's
we just
such
move
a
on.
badass.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Also,
I love
like,
it.
damn, she looks amazing.
She's gotten better, I feel, with age.
Oh,
Like she's always been beautiful, but
uh-huh.
something there's a when she first came out, there was more, she was more, how do I say it? Like she was still beautiful, but I feel like now she softened up more. Like, before she had the hot pink hair and it was more, I don't know, like she was more maybe like aggressive, like a badass. She still is, but I think now she's just more like you see her more vulnerable, more than she was before, you
Hmm.
know, like in her songs. And even like as she became a mom, I feel like
Hmm.
she's just different. And it's
Hmm.
really refreshing.
Like, I
It's nice
mean,
to see the two,
yeah,
contrast.
I would hope that she would have evolved. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, she's well, and then I loved her first album, but she didn't have control over it, so that wasn't
Right.
her vibe. And I
Mm-hmm.
knew she wasn't gonna do any songs from it, but
Mm-hmm.
at least when she opened up for NSYNC the one time that the one of the ones that I went to, I got to see
Mm-hmm.
her perform that, and she was
Mm-hmm.
the same like very like humble and blah, 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 with the pink hair, but doing like the more R&B. I
Right.
loved it. I love all of her layers, like
Mm-hmm.
every single Pink album,
Mm-hmm.
amazing.
So wait, she can't perform because she can't perform the first album?
I don't know if she can't, but she doesn't because it's like
Oh, wow.
it
So it's
wasn't what she wanted to be.
mhm.
It was what they wanted from her, and 'cause she had
Yeah.
the voice for it. Oh,
Mhm.
oh,
Exactly.
I love
I
her
was like, "Oh man," I
voice.
was like, "Is that a case of Taylor Swift?"
I know,
Right?
right?
And how she didn't have the rights over all this stuff, and it's crazy how artists get, and I think you see that a lot of times where artists are so like pumped to just even be noticed, right? And then they just kind of like, "Okay, I'll do whatever I got to do."
Yeah, they
You
got to
know?
snatch the opportunity. I mean, and then it's up to them what they do with it. And she totally, totally just
Mhm.
look at how she's evolved. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. I
No,
can't
that's
wait to
so
see her again.
exciting.
Like, I want to see
Ugh.
her again and again.
Oh, amazing. I love it.
How
But
was your weekend, though?
oh, it was good. It was quiet. We had a party to go to on Saturday, but it got sorry, I got a little distracted by something I saw.
What? On me?
No, 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 no.
Oh,
On my screen. You're good. It got canceled because the family got sick. So
aw.
yeah, but it's okay because we ended up having a garage sale,
Mm-hmm.
which we had already planned on doing. Not Saturday, we were going to do it Sunday, but then Saturday, since we weren't going, we ended up doing it Saturday too. But let me tell you, it was the worst garage sale of my life.
Why?
Nobody came
Aw.
at all. And it was supposed to be like a community thing. And being that we were going to be busy Saturday, we weren't going to go. So I told my mom, I said, well, you guys can just, we'll like early morning, we'll see, who's out there and we'll go shop at other people's garage sales because it was supposed to be everybody. I go, and then Sunday, because we're free, then we'll just do our own. Well, being that we didn't have plans, Tony drove around and he goes, "There's nobody here. Like nobody's has a garage sale. There's no signs, nothing." I was like, whatever. So we ended up putting our stuff out because Presley was excited. She's like, come on, I want to sell stuff.
Aw.
She made $11.
Aw.
She was like, "Oh my gosh." So then she did it again yesterday. I was like done. I'm like, I don't want to do it. Right. Um, yeah. So that's all she made was $11 the whole weekend. It was really sad because we had no passerbys at all. So I don't know. At least she got a little itch of how it is to be responsible and like,
Totally.
make money trying.
Totally.
It's kind of like the lemonade stand kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, it was pretty chill. Like it was
Nice.
quiet. It was kind of, Tony's been working a lot lately. So it was nice to kind of just decompress a little. So I think we all
Mm-hmm.
need that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But not as jam packed as yours. But what are we going to talk about, Steph, today? Because I know you're excited about this topic in particular. You've been chomping at the bit for a minute since we started our podcast.
Okay.
So,
Also, get the fuck out of my brain because everything that just spilled out of your mouth, I was like,
really?
aha, yes.
That is so crazy. I
Oh
do that
my
a lot.
God. Yes, you do. I love you for it. So, yes, the time has come. We are finally gonna talk Scream and Neve Campbell, aka
Ooh,
Angel's future wife, when I kick the bucket. Because wow.
yeah,
So let's get comfortable. I got my iced
right?
coffee in the tumbler that you made me. Cheers.
Oh, cheers. I love it. I got my oat milk, whatever this is.
Yum. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
So
I
good.
mean, where do we even begin? Do we
I
just
know. Do you
do
start
we
with
exact
her or do you
with
start with the
Neve?
movie?
I think we start with the movie. So, like,
Okay.
first of all, I lost track of how many screams there were because there just was a recent one, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe they're about to release it. I'm boycotting because she's not in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't
Oh,
know anything
smart.
about it. And you know why she's not in it? Because she demanded more money, and rightfully so, because without Nev, there's no Scream. She made the
Mm-hmm.
movie. That's like having fucking Halloween without Jamie Lee Curtis. Okay? Get out of
Okay.
here. Or
For real.
Michael Myers, the
Mm-hmm.
character. So
Yes. No, I agree. I mean, I couldn't believe how many screams there were.
yeah,
Because
I
I'm
know.
like, I think I stopped at Scream 3.
I stopped at Scream five, six,
Okay.
six, because there was one I saw ooh, no, five. Sorry, I
Mm-hmm.
apologize. There's six total, and the sixth one is either being released now or already was, but she's not in it. So,
Wow.
it first entered our lives in the late 90s, correct?
Mm-hmm. Sure did. Man, and we were so stoked to watch this.
And also, like, it was based, like we talked about in one of the crime talks.
Mm-hmm.
It was loosely based on what the hell? What was the Ram? What's it called? Not the
Oh,
Green River Killer. Hold
no.
on.
Um,
Oh my God. I just drew a blank.
yeah, me too. No.
I'm totally
Um,
like looking at my notes. I didn't even write that.
let's
Hold
see.
on. He looks like, oh yeah, the Gainesville Ripper. Thank you.
Okay,
I was all the
yes.
Green River Killer. Danny Rawling. Okay, so that's what it's
Uh-huh.
loosely based on. And it's by Wes Craven,
Mm-hmm.
maniacal genius, if you will. And
Right.
this was in the time that we needed it because it was like around our like we were high school students who were the target audience, and we had
Mm-hmm.
all of these amazing movies come out around the same time. I think Scream was one of the first.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that really touched me in terms of like scary movies as a teen. How about
Right.
you? Like, was
Yeah,
that
same
yours?
here. Yeah, the one it was kind of like uh, no, those were different. Scary Movie came after.
Yeah, because
Remember
they
that?
were a parody
Mm-hmm.
on Scream, and I know she did
That's
last
right. Yeah,
summer.
no, this one was the
Hilarious,
one.
by the way.
Oh, completely. No, but like how Halloween was back in the day, in the
Hmm.
beginning, is kind of like this was our Halloween. you know.
Precisely, because
Mhm.
I grew up on Halloween and
Mhm.
I loved it. But
Mhm.
this one, because they were young, they were in high school. I think that's what like spoke to
Right.
us. Like they were high
Mhm.
school students and we're like, oh my God, this shit could happen to us. What? And
Exactly.
I think we saw it in the movie theater. Like I'm talking about the
Mhm.
first one right now. I think we saw it a couple of times, and I remember
Yeah.
I was terrified because like the thought of like someone calling you and watching you. What?
Ugh. Yeah, that just gave me chills right now.
Like it is just like and like the mask and I'm not scared of it now, but Angel is going out of town tomorrow.
Mhm.
And whenever she goes out of town, I start thinking about like murderers in masks for whatever reason hiding out in my shower or in the closet. And he's one of them. Fucking Ghostface. Ghostface and Michael Myers. My two faves. Like I love Ghostface. Like I love the mask. I love how hilarious he like it's just the voice is hilarious to me
Mhm.
now. But alone by myself at night, it scares
Oh
the
yeah,
shit out of
that's
me.
creepy. Oh gosh. Yeah,
And
no. And that's the thing is I think that was the scene for me is well actually it's throughout the whole movie, but mainly the one with Drew Barrymore.
yes,
That part. And
right out
you're
the gate.
babysitting or those kind of things like you're babysitting or you're home alone or whatever it is and someone can see you and you don't know where they are, you
Exactly.
know? Ugh. I-
No, and the way I think the way it started, and I think all of them started that way. It would
Mhm.
open up immediately with a murder, and
Mhm.
then it would the word scream would flash on the
Right.
screen. Like
Mhm.
that's what you're watching. You're like, and
Yeah.
you're already like this, like
Yeah, you're like gripping the seat. You're like,
You
"Ah."
know, one opening I can't watch is actually featuring Jada Pinkett Smith. It's Scream 2. I can't watch two. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna go all over the place. We're gonna go all over
Uh-huh.
the place,
That's
but I'm
fine.
jumping now to Scream 2, which came out in 97.
Mhm.
Do you remember she was at the movies with her
Mhm.
boyfriend to see a movie about Scream? Like it was
Uh-huh.
about the whatever it was
Right.
called,
Mhm.
and he goes to the bathroom and like the guy is in the
Oh,
stall
that's
next to him, he
right.
stabs him in the ear, excuse
Mhm.
me, and then he puts
Ugh.
on the jacket and goes and sits next to her, and
Mm-mm.
then she thinks it's her man, she's all cuddling up, and then he
Mhm.
stabs her in the stomach, and then she goes up to the front of the screen.
Mhm.
Nobody believes what's happening, they're all laughing and she's
Right.
dying. That was
Mhm.
hard. I can't watch that. I have to fast forward
Really?
it. Mm-hmm.
Oh man, it is pretty gruesome though.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the things that you see or like even was it the first one where who was it?
The Fonz.
No, what's her name?
Oh, yes. The
And with
best
the
friend.
garage scene.
Yes, that's the first one. She dies in the
Yeah.
first one.
Oh
Rose
my God.
McGowan's character.
Yes.
She was so funny. Like I was
She
sad to see her
was.
go. And I was
She
sad to
was.
the funny guy. What's his name? When
Matthew
he
Lillard?
huh?
Matthew Lillard?
Yeah,
I think that's
no,
his name.
no. I'm not but I'm talking about the guy that looks like him. That was the one that talks about the plots of the movies. He's like, well, first
Oh, yes.
he
Shoot.
dies in the third one, but what was his
Mm,
He's the one that played in Malibu's Most Wanted. He's like that cute little white guy.
oh, yes. What is his name?
Can't
But I
think of
know
it.
which guy you're talking about.
Remember, he gets
Yeah.
like the boot in the third one. Don't kill the funny people.
Yeah, for real. It wasn't Randy, was it? No.
Randy, thank you. That's who it
Was it
was.
Randy?
Mhm, the guy
Yes.
who played Randy. He
Mm-hmm.
was hilarious.
He was.
And also we got to see in the first one just why, like why it happened.
Mm-hmm.
But then in the third one, we learned a bit more about why it happened. And the third
Mm-hmm.
one, if you were, I don't know if we were talking about it on air or just between you and me, but
Mm-hmm.
I think it was on Fridays with me. But like, I
Mm-hmm.
can't watch that shit. I can't. I cannot watch it at night or by myself. And I
Mm-hmm.
love it. I love it. I love the third one. It's the scariest one for
Yeah, I
me.
remember you saying that.
Ugh.
And for you, how come? Why is it more gory, you think? Or is it just because that's with the one with what's his name from
Oh yeah,
yeah, he's a
Patrick
handsome one.
Dempsey.
Yeah, and the other guy, Felicity's boyfriend.
Yes.
I can't remember
Oh,
his
he was so
name.
cute.
Wasn't he though?
The one that went out with Rebecca Romaine. Yes.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
I thought actually I thought he was in the second one when they were at
Was he?
college. Yeah.
Rebecca Romaine. Trying to think of which, maybe Scott something. I can't remember his name. But anyways, what in regards to the third,
Oh, sorry. Yes.
is
Felicity's
it
boyfriend is in the third one.
right?
Yes. And she's the,
Okay.
yeah. So
But
I
what was it
can't,
about that one that made it different and more elevated?
so she's, of course, living on her own again, out in the
Mm-hmm.
woods, because she's like, I'm going to take control of my life. And that's how you
Of
do it. Okay.
course. Because why would
But
she live in a city?
exactly. So she's out there under, using a fake name to help people on the,
Mm-hmm.
that violence, phone number, like
Hotline.
the
Mm-hmm.
hotline. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and she starts to get pranked by whoever is now the new ghost face, making her think that it's her mom.
Mm-hmm.
Her mom was
That's
brutally
right.
murdered and raped.
Mm.
So, like, and even in the first one where she falls asleep on the couch before her best friend picks her up, she falls
Mm-hmm.
asleep to the news. And it's like, here are the murders. And just 1 year ago, the mom was found brutally raped and murdered. And they flash the picture of her. I'm like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
I don't, and the woman is not scary looking, but she scares me.
And she was asleep while this is going on the television, right? She doesn't realize that this is or does she see it? I can't remember.
So the one where she's asleep,
Mm-hmm.
she had been watching the news, and then she
Mm-hmm.
turned it off and fell asleep, and then
Mm-hmm.
Ghostface breaks in. Now the third one where she's by
Mm-hmm.
her damn self again, she's
Right.
doing the hotline, she
Mm-hmm.
gets a phone call from
Mm-hmm.
within the house because she looks at the phone and it's like the line that's in the house, and it's
Oh
from her mother. And then
no.
she turns and sees her mother at the window holding on to the glass, and then she falls and leaves like a bloody
Ugh.
handprint. I'm putting
I
my
just
hood
got
on. I'm scared.
chills. Yeah, no. That is so creepy.
That is
Oh
the
my gosh.
scariest one. I don't
Mm.
know why. The woman is not scary. And then later on, when she's running away and like she runs into the fake house, which is where the
Mm-hmm.
party was fakely, like they're trying to do the party reenactment from the first
Mm-hmm.
one.
Right.
She runs into what was her room, and then she
Mm-hmm.
hears her mom like, why are you running from me? And then this woman is walking towards her in a bloody body bag. What? And then she falls off. I
No.
know.
Mm-mm. I'm getting creeped out.
This is why the third one is the best one. And everyone, there's a lot of people that hate the third one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what I like though, and I honestly, I can't, honestly, I don't remember seeing the fourth one, but I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. What I liked about all of these films is that, I mean, maybe some will have a different take on it, but for me, even though it was similar, they were very different, completely different, like
Mm-hmm.
reasons behind the plot versus it wasn't just like, because I think the fourth one is like 10 years after. So they like the
Yeah.
characters are growing, right? And
Yes.
they've, times passed and it's not just like, okay, pick up where they left off. You know what I mean? And it creates a different feel and a different type of fear,
Mm-hmm.
to where, like you said on this one, it's just like, I don't need to be hearing a dead relative talking to me and like, no. And it's so gruesome the way they go about stuff and
Like
trying to like
shock
harass
you.
her.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but like shock the viewers, and shock us they did. I still like I can replay it, and you better believe I'm gonna be replaying it tomorrow night when I'm sleeping by myself. Like,
Of course, right?
do you know? So you're right. So like the fourth one was released in 2011. So that's
Hmm.
like, and then the first one was in 1996. So like that's
Hmm.
a long
That's a
time. And
huge.
I think the fourth one is the one with Julia Roberts' niece, Emma
Hmm.
Roberts,
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
Hayden Panettiere, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That
That's
one's
right.
gruesome because like, wait, did you see that one?
Mm-mm.
Oof, mean.
I'm gonna
Throw
have
it
to
on.
see it.
Throw it on.
Really? Okay,
The
I'm gonna have
ending
to
is
do
like,
a whole what do you call that? Marathon.
Yeah, it's really good. Like, and I think it's just because I really, really like Neve Campbell. So anything she's in, I will watch.
Oh no, totally. I get it.
But it's also like, it's my favorite thing to like kick off Halloween with, like
Hmm.
Halloween and the Scream movies.
Oh,
I love
totally.
them.
Okay, so maybe I missed the mark on this and just didn't realize it. But did we ever find out why she's always harassed and why they're always
Yeah.
picking on her? I can't remember.
Yeah. So Skeet Ulrich in the first one, he
Loved him.
wanted right, and Matthew
Mm-hmm.
Lillard, like they were
Mm-hmm.
amazing together. But
Yes.
Skeet, okay,
Mm-hmm. Totally.
um, he was pissed that his dad, who was married, obviously, like his parents were married, but he had
Mm-hmm.
an affair with Sydney's mom.
That's right.
So I think he was the one that murdered her mom and then
Mm-hmm.
got with her. Isn't that fucked?
That's right. I forgot about that. That was deep.
It
That
was
was
deep.
so deep.
And then you would think that it would end there, but they
Mm-mm.
have to like tie things up. So the second one, she's at college dating a
Mm-hmm.
hunka hunka burn in love, who really
Mm-hmm.
loves her.
Yes.
That's the guy that was married to Rebecca Romaine. I just can't think of
Mm-hmm.
his name. It's something very like all American
Yeah.
jock name. But
Yeah.
he so do you remember that so Gail Weathers had like a woman following her around in this
Mm-hmm.
episode. It was
Right.
the actress who played Jackie on Roseanne. She was a
Mm-hmm.
reporter too, supposedly.
Yeah.
Well, we end up finding out that she's Ghostface in the second one
Mm-hmm.
because she wanted to like have her career, I think, take off. And she
Mm-hmm.
had met and talked with I can't remember who was Skeets Ulrich's character's name.
What was his name?
I can't
Let's
remember his
see.
name in the
Um, it was Billy, wasn't it? No.
Billy
Was it
Loomis.
was it Billy?
Billy
Okay.
Loomis, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she just wanted to like have her career just like, oh my God, this is it. This is what's gonna like, set me apart from everybody. But she like
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of crazy. And I think she
Yeah.
had a helper, if I'm not mistaken. I think there were
Mm-hmm.
two people
Mm-hmm.
in there, but I'll come back to that because I can't,
Because
it'll come to me.
was it a woman or a man?
It was a woman, it was the reporter.
But then there was another one, right? Or was it just
She thought that it
okay?
was gonna he was gonna go, it was Cotton Weary. So the whole
Yes.
time Sydney thought it was Cotton behind it, but
Mm-hmm.
he actually saved her life.
Right. Exactly. Isn't that crazy?
Because all he wanted was his name to be cleared. And then so the reporter
Yeah.
was like, come
See.
with me and you're gonna have like this big career and blah blah blah. So he kind of was in cahoots, but not really, because he didn't think that she was gonna do all this mayhem. So that was like the
Mm-hmm.
second one. The third one, the character, Scott Foley's character,
Mm-hmm.
ended up being her brother.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but I don't understand why he wanted to kill her. Like he had a whole
Yeah.
career because of what
Exactly.
happened to his sister.
That's true.
And then
See, all these little pieces that we have to put together. Hmm.
and then the fourth one was, do you want me to spoil it for you?
Oh yeah, go ahead. I won't
Okay.
remember, I'm sure.
So it ended up being her niece, played by Emma Roberts. Is that
Oh,
her
okay.
name?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Emma
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So that was tore up.
That's
Like I was
yeah,
like,
for real. Dang, she just has
geez.
bad luck.
Yeah.
And I get it. I get the first one, but it just goes from one person to
Like the
the
first
other.
one, had they not had like, I think maybe they counting on having success. I don't know, because it's always like kind of sticky. Like, are you gonna have a sequel, a trilogy?
Mm-hmm.
But because the way they could have just tied it up with a nice bow and left it at
Oh,
Scream
totally.
One.
Oh, absolutely. Because, it's the like, and you're right. You got to see the response that you're going to get in the theaters. And of course, back then, going to a movie was huge.
Mm-hmm.
Box office hits were insane. Nothing like now. It's different now.
Yeah.
But for some reason, this movie, though, what I loved is that sometimes you could tell who the killer is, right?
Yes.
You could kind of get a hint.
Oh,
I,
I
I didn't have,
couldn't.
I did not have a clue.
couldn't do it. Do you remember that pivotal scene in the first one where she's running to Billy for help and then he locks
Yes.
the door and she turns around, looks at her creepily? Ooh,
And
gold,
you're like,
gold.
wow, yes.
And he
Oh my
made her
gosh.
think that it was Randy.
Mm-hmm. Because
Ooh,
I was
ooh,
convinced it was him.
me too.
I was so convinced it was him. And I was like, man, okay. And then when that happened, I was like, really? Billy? Because I thought they loved each other so
I
much.
know, I
She
know.
really loved him. And then he started
Yes,
acting weird. And you're like,
yeah.
you know,
Then her
but
spidey senses were like, ooh, he's creepy.
yes, exactly. I mean, and it's kind of like the way they did the whole storyline and how he would sneak into her room. And it was just like, those are the things that you imagined when you're a kid. That's what it was going to be like to have a boyfriend and, being in love and sneaking them in like we all wanted that room that was on a second level with the tree
So
out there with the little, fence that they could climb up and you're in your nightie.
I totally did that. Remember
Yeah.
my house on when I lived at my grandma's on Forester? I used to
Hmm.
sneak in.
See? Yeah,
He would
exactly.
sneak in from in my window because it was the stairs. Like that was
So,
so
see,
like
such easy
so
access.
scream.
Right? But it's
Yeah.
like that whole thing. It's kind of like in Twilight where Bella lets Edward in. It's the
Oh,
same concept,
yeah.
And I don't know. I have a question though. What do you think of Matthew Lillard? Do you like him as a character? Do you like him as an actor?
I like him. I like him as an actor. I feel like he always played the goofy
Mm-hmm.
um role. Like he was
Mm-hmm.
just pigeonholed into that, I guess. I mean, part of it he knows what to do with his like features and he's just really funny. So I do like
Yes.
him. He played crazy really well too.
Mm-hmm. His name was Stu.
Stu,
Um
thank you.
he was Billy's best
Best
friend.
friend. Hmm.
He was he the one that worked at the move the
No, Randy.
it was Randy, right?
Yeah,
I don't know. I personally Matthew Lillard, his facial expressions and the way he irritates me, but he fit this role. Like,
perfectly.
yeah, and then Randy too irritated me, but it was really funny.
Yeah,
He was good, and that whole idea about like cuz I always think about that and I guess it was Randy that said that or maybe it had to be him where he said that um they were trying to figure out who did it and he's explaining how in scary movies it's always this person that dies first and then and I was just whenever I think of scary movies and stuff I always think of what he says about that and like the
same.
order and I'm like okay is this really how it's going to go you know
Yeah, and he used Halloween as the perfect example. And
exactly.
like, because what do you say? Like, if you're a virgin, you'll live.
Exactly. He had all these things, and it was just like, huh, I never thought of that. But when you think about the movies and the history of how they were made and the plots, it made sense, right?
Sorry,
Oh,
Barks.
that's okay. I can't hear anything. One other thing is Gail Weathers, good old
Oh,
Courtney Cox. I thought she was hilarious.
I did too. I thought she was driven. I liked her a
Yes.
lot.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I liked her chemistry with Deputy Dewey, though
Mm-hmm.
she would never get with anybody like that. I'm so sorry. Like that
No.
was just he was adorable, but
Mm-hmm.
really, like this woman is gonna like hang out with Dewey?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty random.
Yeah.
I mean, and obviously we all know they ended up married and had a baby, and I guess they met on the set, right?
Yes.
Of Scream. So, but she was just so funny how like I always can imagine her like running because she's
Yeah.
in her heels and she has like like she's like so determined to
Yeah.
get stuff. And she had history um, with Nev, not with Nev, but what was Nev's name in the movie?
Sydney.
Sydney. Um, wasn't there a connection with her too and
Yes.
with the mom?
She covered she wrote a book
That's
about
right.
the murder. It was
Mm-hmm.
the Woodsboro, like no, sorry. That was the Woodsboro murders was after. She wrote a
Mm-hmm.
book about how Sydney wrongfully accused Cotton Weary.
That's right. Exactly.
And yeah, and so Sydney took it out on her, unfortunately. But she was right.
Mm-hmm.
She was
Yeah.
right. Her mom was a getting around
Uh-huh.
there.
So crazy. So crazy. Oh my gosh. And it's funny, the people that were in the movie, like I didn't know that Jenna Ortega was in one.
Yeah, she was in the last one I saw 2 years in 2022 or 2021.
Wow.
2020. Yeah, it was amazing. Oh my God. And
Yeah,
she's in
for
this
real.
newer one that was already released, actually. I saw that it was in March of this year. But
Oh man.
yeah, Jenna Ortega and that really pretty girl from Lincoln from she's a singer. She was in this musical that I saw.
Mm-hmm.
Um it was real so they're sisters, I think. And
Mm-hmm.
their connection was she was Billy Loomis's daughter.
Oh, okay. Oh
Yeah.
wow. Interesting. Goodness. I mean, it's one of those things that I never thought when we first saw the movie that it would be as big as it was. And it's
Yeah.
huge. Like literally, it's a like we say, it's a cult classic.
Yeah,
It really is.
definitely.
And it does give you all those feels. I mean, I don't know. You know what I must say? Did you like Drew Barrymore with her bob, the wig?
No, I did not like it. It aged
I
her
know.
so
Didn't it
bad.
though?
Like,
But she was
no.
so adorable in
She
that
was so
first one.
cute.
And she went out, I guess, the way she was supposed to, but I really wish she was in there a little bit longer. But it really did, man, imagine that being with your boyfriend and then all that transpires and then he slits your throat where you
Ugh.
can't even talk or scream. The man, what a good freaking start to that, where it's very like it's so ironic. It's like, okay, that's the name of the movie, and she couldn't even scream for help.
Ugh. Never even tripped off that.
Right? It's just like
Hella messed up.
it is because and whenever they show her and she's like he slits her throat and she, obviously he cuts her vocal cords. So she's like screaming. I'm over like, just try. I'm
I know.
hoping,
And
you
I'm like,
know?
turn around.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so there also are some parts to the movie that make me crack up every time, even though it's like parts that are like those moments that you don't like no one should catch because it's like, why
Mm-hmm.
are you tripping off that? But
Right.
the part in the movie where the mom this is so messed up. I don't know why this is not funny, but like where the mom's looking for Drew Barrymore's character and then she runs out to the porch and she screams because she
Mm-hmm.
sees her daughter
Uh-huh.
and then she faints but
Mm-hmm.
they don't cap the camera doesn't focus on her like fainting and she just falls all of a sudden and the dad runs out but looks at her first. I don't know why that part cracks me up every
Oh snap, I'm
time.
gonna have to check that
I
out and then
sit
I'm
there
gonna
and I
laugh
cry.
myself.
And then it like zooms in on her, like, where she is. And that's totally
Mm-hmm.
messed up. But I'm here cackling because of that one moment. I'm like, oh my God.
You're like, you don't even care. Your wife's on the floor, like passed out. Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, sorry. Oh my God. But yeah, that is the first one and the third one are my favorites out of all of them. What about you?
Yeah, the first one just because it started the whole wave of this. And you know what? I'd have to say obviously the second because I can't really remember the third.
Okay.
I know I've seen it because I remember those scenes. I'm just gonna have to rewatch them
Please
and then
do.
get back to you.
Because I
Because who knows, maybe
really
I'll like the fourth.
the fourth one was jacked up. And watch the one that came out in the one with Nev still there. Because that's why
Hmm.
I went to that damn I was like, I was so
Yeah.
pumped to see her. Oh my God. She wasn't even in
Oh,
there that
sure.
long, but
See,
it was
but that
worth
makes me
it.
sad. And I know, and it's so sad because, like, obviously, I wouldn't take it if they weren't going to pay me what they were supposed, what they should. I'm the freaking star of the movie, right? Um, I don't even know how you make a movie like this without her.
It- and Neen, I'm not even like so we're watching the movie and then when she hits the scene and I think it's like the back of her head or she's on the phone and she turns around and you first see her, the entire theater like applauded.
Oh, I'm
Like there was just
sure.
like screaming and like that's what she
Hmm.
is.
Yeah.
She is Sydney Prescott.
She is. And it's so funny because it's crazy. And I wonder if she really even thought that it would become this, like the face of like, It's like how what's her name is from Halloween? Jamie Lee
Jamie
Curtis.
Lee. Yeah.
Like I remember her being on Oprah and her being a little bit not bitter, but like she didn't like to be like that scream um
Queen.
queen, right? And it was just like she was resentful and she says she it made her feel as though she was put in a category to where nobody really trusted her with any other type of film. And
Yes.
I think that's unfortunate because I kind of see that with Nev because after Scream, you saw her in things, of course, but I don't think to the level that maybe she could have been. She's a freaking phenomenal actress.
Yes. She did like rom-com. She did like all kinds of genre,
Mm-hmm.
but it
Oh,
wasn't
big time.
really as,
Mm-mm.
it was the drive. And I think, and I'm gonna binge this. I
Mm-hmm.
think she's in a new TV show about a romance, like with a between lawyers or something. Hi, is that like my
Yes.
cup of tea or what? I'm gonna watch the shit out of
I
it
saw
this
the
week.
previews for that last week, but I can't
Oh, it's
remember the
not
name
out
of it.
then?
I don't think so. It
Oh,
could be, but
Laran.
I know I saw something and I go, "Ooh." I go, "Wow, okay, I'm down with
Doesn't she look
this."
phenomenal?
Oh, she hasn't aged at all. If anything, she's gotten
Oh,
better.
she's so beautiful. Oh my God.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
God.
low key in love with her back then. Like maybe high key.
I love it. High key. I will. So, when was the first time you saw Nev?
uh Party of Five. I wasn't a
Mm-hmm.
huge fan because I hated the sister, who I love
Mm-hmm.
now. I love Lacey
Mm-hmm.
Chabé,
Mm-hmm.
my mean girl, my boo boo.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Love. But back then I could not stand. Wait. Yeah, okay, sorry. I started to confuse Party of Five with Dawson's Creek
Oh,
because
yeah.
I love gorgeous Katie Holmes. Like
Mm-hmm.
I love her, but I
Oh,
also did
yeah.
not like that show that much. So
Me
but
neither.
yeah, I saw Neve in Party of Five and then
Mm-hmm.
Hocus Pocus.
Mm-hmm.
Hocus Pocus, not Hocus Pocus, puta madre, The Craft.
Craft. I'm
Ay.
like, dang, she was in that. I was like, wow, I didn't skipped over that.
Oh my God, no. So like I've been a huge fan. I just love her diction. Love the
Mm-hmm.
way she speaks.
Oh,
She has like this
completely.
amazing voice and just I just love her. I love her. And then
Yeah.
when she was in Scream, I was like, sign me the hell up. Permanent fan.
Mm-hmm. Okay. For real, she's beautiful and she's Canadian, correct?
Shut the hell up. You better sit down. She is
What?
not.
Yeah,
She is not Canadian.
she is Canadian.
Holy
You didn't know that?
fuck.
I
No.
knew that from years because I
I
remember her
didn't
talking
know
about
that.
her being in
No.
ballet.
I have to text Angel that her future wife is Canadian. Hold on. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
She's from Guelph, Canada.
No.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right,
Shut the
but
hell up.
isn't that a trip? And it's trippy to think that she's freaking 50 years old. She
Oh
just turned
my
50.
God.
That's a trip.
She's like, oh, I don't know if I knew that. She just texted me. Oh
That's
my
cute.
God. That I you could knock me over with a feather right
You didn't
now.
know that?
No, because she doesn't sound Canadian. Like
Oh my
the like
gosh.
how Alanis totally does.
Yeah, no, it's completely different.
It
That's
always
true.
goes back to Alanis.
She's
But
very crisp.
yes,
Mhm.
I want to buy her audiobooks if she has any. Like I love the way she talks.
You're so funny.
Okay, wow, keep
Uh,
going. Keep going
yeah,
because clearly
so
I
yeah, so like I said, she's 50, which is insane. I hope I look
insane.
like her and
Oh,
when
please. I
I'm
mean, you
50.
look like you're 15, so keep going. Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Especially with the
um
bangs. You look 12, but I'm just saying.
You're so funny. I love it. No, but I remember her too in Party of Five, but I remember she was a ballet dancer, correct?
Yes, that I knew.
And she was very passionate about ballet. And I remember seeing her in a video or a talk show. I can't remember. Maybe it was like Ryan and Kelly or something like that. And she was talking about her love for dance. And it was so nice and so beautiful to see like the passion she had behind her love for ballet. It was just something that it was like in her soul. I want to put it out there in the universe. I would hope that they would put her on Dancing with the Stars. I just think she would be amazing. I don't know how she is in other genres, but
I feel
she's a
like
dancer.
and she did a movie about dance, I want to say.
See?
I
Okay.
what was it?
I don't know.
But I want to say like I thought that was there. I have to think about which one it was. But hi, could we pause and talk about Wild Things real quick?
Ooh, hello.
That movie, I want to show Angel. It is so
She's never seen it?
classic.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
think so, my little angel. But yeah, that
Mhm.
movie is so wow. What a like you're all over the map. I
Oh,
had no
completely.
idea.
Mm-mm.
None.
You're like, I didn't know what I was getting into when I watched it.
I did not. And also Kevin Bacon. Hello.
Hmm.
We all remember that scene.
Okay. And you know what I just want to say is I loved how she looked in that movie with that the hair,
Yeah.
the I don't know, something it brought out her eyes. I just think
Yes.
she's I mean, we all know she's gorgeous, but her and Dennis, what is her name?
Denise.
Denise?
Denise
Denise,
Richards.
that's it. Denise Richards. Dang, talking about sultry. I mean, the whole freaking cast. What's
Matt
the
Matt
Matt
Dillard.
Dillon?
Dylan.
Exactly.
Yeah. Dillard.
Hmm.
That was such I want to watch that again. It was so good. Like what
Yeah.
is that based on a book? Because it like I wow, it
Um,
was so good. Whoever wrote it.
let's see. It says Wild Things is a 1998 American neo-noir erotic thriller
It sure is.
starring, it doesn't say if it's, who
It wasn't
knows?
based then. Okay. My
Yeah.
God, that movie is so good. I don't know if it'll scare Angel. No, I think she'll be able to. I think she'll like it. It's very much like SVU.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's just it's pretty subtle, like in the
Okay.
sense it's not like, scare tactic kind of thing,
Mhm.
like, but definitely I like that word erotic thriller.
Me too. I also like noir.
Yeah, right?
I like things that are
Exactly.
noir.
Yes. I don't know, it's just very ooh la la.
Hmm.
Um I don't know. I'm not a big Denise Richards fan, but I think both of them together brought something to the table.
I think she's cute. Like I think Denise
Mhm.
Richards is adorable. Like, oh, but
Mhm.
I liked how their chemistry was. So
Mhm.
that is definitely my favorite movie of Neve Campbell that follows the Scream franchise for sure. Like she's
Mhm.
done it all. Like you said, like she's like a jack of all trades. I want to see more of her. And oh my God, if she did Dancing with the Stars, that would be. Can you imagine her doing a waltz?
Oh,
She's so classy.
for real, or like contemporary. I could see her with
Oh
the flowy dress.
yes,
You know.
yes.
Uh yeah, no, she's gorgeous. And I loved her in The Craft. I love that
I
movie.
love that
Ugh,
movie.
everything about
Yeah.
that movie is just everybody in there brought something different to the table. Um, it's just, I mean, and Skeet Ulrich was in that one as well. But what's her name? Robin. Oh, I liked her. Sarah Bailey. She was the
Yeah.
other girl in The Craft, but also the one with the crazy eyes. I don't know how to say her name on the movie was Feruza. Remember the one with the piercing blue
Oh
eyes and she
yeah.
had like a crazy face?
Yeah.
Oh, that
Oof.
movie, it scared me. It wasn't like scary, scary, but it was just like, you know what it was? It was that I think it was a good depiction of when kids are in high school.
Yeah.
And for one, they're bullied, and two, that curiosity that kills the cat,
Yes.
of getting suckered in from other kids where it's like, oh, let's try this. Oh, come on, like we'll be as a group. And then things just get out of hand, you
Yeah.
know?
Mm-hmm.
And Nev, though, I think I don't know, she just was so like, she was quiet in that she was the one that had the scars.
Yes.
That's right. Dang.
And then what's her face? Christine Taylor was her bully.
That's
Remember? She lost all,
right.
she made her lose all her hair in the shower.
Yes.
That
Oh, I
was
loved it.
very poetic justice,
Mm-hmm.
though.
Oh, big time. Yeah. Oh, so many good ones. I tell you. And she was in the movie Skyscraper with The Rock. She
Oh
was the
yeah.
wife. Oh, that's right. And that was from 2018.
I mean, she's been around. Like
Mm-hmm.
she's
And that was the first time I had seen her since, I don't know, in a really long time. And it was really nice to see her next to someone like The Rock. I think they made a great couple. That's all I gotta say.
hot.
Mm-hmm. Big time.
I
Did you ever
also
see Drowning Mona?
what?
Drowning Mona. Did
I
you
don't
ever see
think
that one
so.
with her?
Mm-mm.
It's funny. It's with Danny DeVito. It's so funny.
Is
It's
it so it's a
hilarious.
comedy?
It's a
Okay,
comedy.
maybe I'll
Yeah, it's
watch
a
it this
different role
week.
for her, but it's very cute.
I need to see things that are funny this week because I don't want to be
Mm-hmm.
scaring myself, even though I want to get cozy right now and watch the whole Scream franchise, but I'm gonna have to wait. I don't think so.
Oh, I love
And
it.
I love that apparently, like, so she was named she was on People magazine's list of 50 most beautiful a couple of
Mm-hmm.
times, well deserved.
Of
She's
course.
described as a sex symbol
Mm.
and scream queen. And yeah, I could see that. Like
Oh,
I see
yeah.
her as someone so classy though, so it's hard to like say, oh, she's a sex symbol.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought that was kind of cool. She was also like an activist as well. Like she campaigns and advocates for or against poverty
Mm-hmm.
and world hunger, which I think is amazing. She's a self-proclaimed socialist, and she also like is involved in charities for breast cancer awareness, and
Amazing.
so I love when people in Hollywood
Mm.
do things that matter with their
Yes.
status. I think it's really important.
Mm-hmm.
And she also what I thought was hilarious was she was referred to in a few hit singles out there. Yeah.
Really?
I never knew. So she was like
Oh, wow.
her name was mentioned in a pop album that was produced and performed by The Weeknd.
Oh,
And
okay.
she was also in another single by Tyler the Creator.
Mm-hmm.
I loved her right, make her scream like Neve Campbell.
Oh,
Hello.
shoot. Okay.
Pretty
Hello.
cool. And let's see. Oh, she's oh my god, this is adorable about The Weeknd. When she was being interviewed by James Corden, she did not know, or this she was talking about how she found out that she was in that single. She
Mm-hmm.
was like, her publicist told her, and she was like, that The Weeknd wrote a song. She's like, wait, what weekend? Last weekend? She had no idea like it was like a person. And then
Oh,
she realized,
funny.
oh, and she says, oh, the guy who played at the Super Bowl, that guy, fellow Canadian. How cool. So I'm gonna put a pin in that and say The Weekend is Canadian too. Is the whole world Canadian?
Apparently.
Oh my
Wow.
god. I'm texting Angel as we talk.
Shoot, that is insane. You're like, we just keep learning more and more things. Because you know what? She does speak French, fluent French. Yeah, I remember
Wow.
that. Yes, exactly. I saw her on, I don't know who it was, but she speaks fluent French. So that makes complete sense.
Wow. That's
Ah,
talent. My
oh
wife
man,
speaks fluent French too. They could communicate
she sure
together.
does. Exactly. They could have some good combo.
Wow, can I haunt and watch?
Ah, and it says Neve Campbell appeared in the music video for the hit song Wild Night by John Mellencamp. I did not know
I
that.
don't remember that, and I am a fan of John Cougar Mellencamp, and I
Mm-hmm.
like that song.
Right? Oh yeah,
Fast
I love
forward to
that
me
song.
looking it up after this.
Okay, for real. And she has a son named
Mhm.
Caspian. How
Yes,
cute is that?
and she adopted two, correct? Like a couple years ago or 10
I
years
don't
ago.
know. Maybe. I they only say one. Maybe that's him.
You know what's hilarious is that I thought I saw 2018 about her son.
Mm-hmm.
Um 2018 I'm like still think is like 2 years ago, but it really isn't.
Oh, for real? Because I still think that like 1994 was 2 years ago.
Oh my
Time's
god.
just like we're
That's
gonna be
right.
90 and still think that.
She has Caspian, which is her biological child, and adopted in 2018 a second son,
Aw. Oh, I love
Rainer.
that. And look at, she is a big badass because she actually trained in kickboxing and holds a black belt in
Of
Taekwondo.
course, of course,
Hmm.
of
Yeah.
course.
Which, obviously, because the way she kicks ass in all the Scream movies is just
Yeah,
like,
makes sense. She's
mm,
got good form. Okay, maybe
hmm,
she got into it, after or for the role, and then she just
it
kept
could
it up.
be.
I
Yeah,
love
no, for
that.
sure. Let's see. I'm trying to see that I stumbled upon something and it's like a whole bunch of facts we didn't know about. What's her name? Nev. She is yeah, I think we covered everything else.
Yeah.
Uh man, she's Scottish and Dutch.
I'm still, wow. I'm literally like, just,
You're like, I still can't believe she's Canadian.
I can't, Nee. No, you totally like, I did not know that at all.
That's so funny. I guess I never told I and honestly I didn't even see it until I saw this right now, obviously, and I'd already told you, but I remember her saying that because she was talking about I believe she was in like the I remember when she was talking about ballet, like the ballet, I don't know, of Canada, the whatever you call it, the dance something. But
Yeah.
I guess I assumed you knew that.
You would think. You would think because I love Canadians, so you would think that I would just have the roster, but I gotta add her to it now. My God, everyone's Canadian.
Wow, and she's very proud of her heritage. It says she values and
Aww.
supports anything and everything from her home country. How
From
cute is that?
Ontario. Isn't
Hmm.
Wait, is Alanis Ontario or Toronto?
We've gone over
We've
this before. I want to say it's Toronto,
Let's check it
but it might
out
be
before I forget.
Ontario,
Because I always mix it up and I hope they're from the same town. Let's see. Because that would be amazing. Oh my
right?
God, I love Alanis. Okay. Oh my God, I love Alanis. Ontario. Oh my God, they're from the same fucking place.
Wow.
That is
I
so
wonder if they
cool.
knew each other. I would Google that.
That would be amazing. Wow.
Oh, yeah, no, she definitely has left her footprint on a lot of like just I think like pop culture history from what year was the first Scream out?
96.
Okay. And I mean for me I loved Party of Five and I saw it all the way from the beginning to the end even though Lacey Chabert totally irritated me.
Right?
But I love them all because I loved Scott Wolf, not Matthew Perry, Matthew Fox. Um, and in that show, and I think that's why I love her so much, is because that show, the plot of that show was very sad. Like premise of it. It was just their parents died, and then they all basically had to take care of one another and be in charge of, their siblings.
Right.
And but you really saw how diverse of an actress she was. Like she's very capable of doing a lot.
Well, and then going back to the dance for a second,
Hmm.
it was a ballet movie. It was a movie about a ballet company that
Okay.
she co-wrote and produced
Hmm.
and starred in the early 2000s. So
Wow.
like she got to showcase her other talent. I think that's so
Hmm.
cool. Like that's
No, I love that.
amazing.
It is. She's very I would love I'm gonna like I said, I'm gonna put it out there. I would love to see her on Dancing with the Stars.
I second that. That would be
Hmm.
absolutely epic. And you know what? I think we might see her because they're allegedly not done with Scream. So, like the Scream that just came out that nobody cared about in early 2023 is not the last one. There's another one slated to come out in 2024 or 2025. There's no date yet, but I bet you anything they're
Hmm.
gonna meet her salary demands and bring her back because we're
Yeah.
all gonna go back. I will not watch that movie. I refuse.
No, I was gonna say, is it wrong of me to say that I hope no one watches this
And it sucks
this
because I
one?
I really, really, I absolutely love baby Neve Campbell. And I think baby Neve Campbell is little boo boo lie Jenna
Mm-hmm.
Ortega. Like
Mm-hmm. Oh,
she
totally.
is gonna go so far. Like
Mm-hmm.
I I remember I was like, oh, she's so cute. When I would watch Jane the Virgin, she would be young Jane,
Mm-hmm.
as a little way younger. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, she's really talented. She's gonna go far. And then I started seeing her and in the TV show
Mm-hmm.
in the second season of that show, I was like,
Right.
wow, she's really good and she's growing up. And
Oh,
then to
totally.
see her in Scream, oh my God. And then as Wednesday, and I love how she talks. So I feel like she's like the second
Yes.
coming of Neve Campbell.
Oh, completely. Have you seen Wednesday yet?
Like I don't want to even say yes. I've had it on in the
Mm-hmm.
background, but not really paying attention to it. So no,
Yeah, she's adorable. She really is. And she's so pretty. She's so cute.
I love her. She's
Yeah.
absolutely darling
She's a great actress, though. She really is. She's
with
very,
brains.
yeah,
Mhm.
completely. which, I think we're seeing more of. I like the fact that you have a lot of actresses nowadays that are actually like, who was it? No, I can't think of her. She just was in my head. But a lot of actresses are actually going to school. They're actually getting degrees, but this is also their, it's best of both worlds,
Hmm.
very smart, and they believe in the things that they do and that they believe in. They're passionate about it. And Jenna Ortega is a good example of that.
Yeah,
She's just, I don't know. She's such adorable. Like, I just want to pinch her.
I
She's
do
so
too.
cute,
Her
you
eyes
know?
kill me.
Very and beautiful, very sultry.
Hmm.
Similar, like you said, to Neve Campbell.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
Yeah, I love it. Oh, good
Oh my
stuff.
God. Good stuff, Neen. Oh, my heart is like buzzing right now.
Hmm. Right? I mean, I can't wait. I think I don't know, this weekend I'm gonna have what do you call it? Scream marathon.
I think I will too, but on Sunday.
When the coast is clear
When the
and
coast is clear and my
Angel's
angel is
back.
like stapled to me. Oh my God, Neen, I actually cried last night because I'm gonna miss her so much. She's just gonna be
Aw.
gone for 5 days, and I cried like a baby.
Aw, well, of course. Yeah, that's
Thank you for not
hard.
judging me.
No, I feel like anybody that wouldn't cry, I wonder.
Yeah. Mm,
That's rough.
my
It is.
princess.
No, for real. Especially too because it's a lot. It's not like it's an exciting trip,
Yeah.
So, but at least it's during the week too, so it'll go by quick. You'll be busy with stuff, with
Mm,
work and everything. So
okay.
she'll be back before you know it.
Eh.
I know it's a lot. I know. I always get it. Even if I leave Tony for 2 days, I always get emotional, or
Right? Thank
or if he
you.
leaves, I cry.
I'm like literally, and I have to write down the things that she has to do at the airport to make sure the airplane is safe. Like she has to
Oh,
do the sign of the cross a few times, and she has to
mm-hmm,
touch the plane with her right hand before she gets on. Because I do that for us.
mm-hmm,
That's just my thing. I don't
mm.
know why I started that, but I have to touch the damn plane. I don't care if I have shit in my hands. I'm like, oh,
You're crazy.
I know.
Oh my goodness. Hey, I know. Just not to change subjects, but
Yeah.
just real quick, did you hear the rumor that Courtney is off the Hulu series
What?
of the Kardashians? That
Bye.
they're claiming that she quit.
Bye.
Right? I was like, I hope
Goodbye.
so, because I saw
Let's have a
last week's
party.
episode and they did not show her at all.
Peace out.
You can hear her talking on the phone, but that's it. In the last two episodes, they've only shown Kim and Chloe.
Yeah,
And
the only two I care about.
Mhm.
Bye.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, huh,
I'm
she'll be
grateful.
running back, I'm sure.
I'm tired of her. And
Same
if I
here.
swear to God, if I see a spinoff, Courtney and Travis, I will boycott Hulu.
Oh no, for real, because someone had mentioned I wouldn't be surprised if she's going to come up with her own spin-off calling like Meet the Barkers, where, they talk about their love
Ew.
life and then their up and coming stepchildren.
Yep. Yep.
I really hope not. I'll
That's
have to.
totally, totally. Oh my God, me. Ew. Oh,
Hmm.
so annoyed.
Same here. I really am, because I'm just like, ugh. I don't know. She irritates the living crap out of me now.
Yeah, on the roster for women that piss us off this week is Jada and Courtney, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be
Yes.
on that roster next week too.
Oh,
So
yeah, for a minute.
stay tuned for that,
Hmm.
folks.
Yes. Did. But I'm excited to see what we have in store for Crime Talk
Oh my God, it might sound a little
Friday.
similar. I was going to say familiar. It might sound a little familiar to what we talked about today, is all I'm going to say.
Ooh. Oh man. Oh, honestly, Crime Talk is like Halloween season all year round
Oh my
because some of these
God.
stories are creepy.
Yes.
Like certain things that creep me out, like if you're in the woods,
Mm,
like and it's dark.
mm.
Like, okay, I don't go camping. We all know this. I just don't do it. But at night in the woods,
It's so quiet.
yeah, and can you go to the bathroom by yourself?
Are you, who are you talking to?
Right? Oh.
No, I wake Angel up and she walks me like a good wife. And then when she needs to pee, I can't be woken up apparently and she has to pee.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
You know what though, Neen? I really want to go
You're
camping
so
with you and
funny.
Tony, like as a double date, just one overnighter. I think it'd be
I could do
hilarious.
that. I mean, I could survive for sure. It's just, uh,
No, I think it would be so fun, especially this place we camped at last summer.
hmm
Because I only do one night because I've showered prior and I'm
hmm
showering when I get home because I will not shower in the woods.
Is it on the ocean
It's
or
oh,
like
I
on the
loved that
shore?
one. I can never get reservations to it. And
Mm.
also I don't want to ever go back there because that's where a couple was murdered. So I actually successfully got a reservation for me and Angel, but we were too scared to go and no one was available to go with us. So we did. Yeah, we didn't go. But this place, it's like a ranch. It's so cute. They even have like a quaint store and like it's
Oh,
just
how
really
cute.
nice.
Where is
So
this
like
at?
I want to say it's an hour and a half, like going towards no, not Guerneville. Maybe the other way. I'll find
Okay.
out.
Oh,
But I
yeah.
think that if we were to go on a double date overnight, because then I mean, Angel is so like she's camped her whole life. She pitches tents, she starts fires with sticks. You know what I mean? Like
Dang.
we have a burner, we have like a whole like thing. We'll be
Yeah.
fine.
For real. We'd be like Alice and Mrs. Brady because I
Yeah.
really don't know much.
But Tony,
Oh, Tony.
you
Yeah,
and
for
I
real.
we can get our chairs and sit
For
outside
real.
and
Oh,
listen to the
completely.
fire,
Yes, I'm down with that.
s'mores.
Yes. Oh, okay. Yeah. Ooh.
Okay.
Man, they're really doing a lot of cool stuff with s'mores lately. There's a whole bunch of different recipes out there.
Okay. Well, that's what
And I
we can
never had a
do.
s'more until like 2 years ago.
Oh my God. No, I didn't have a s'more until my first family reunion with Angel.
Yeah. I mean, we just didn't do that.
Yeah. I never, hello, Vicky, my mom's gonna take me camping. No, like we didn't
Right?
camp.
Exactly.
I
It's
didn't
just like
camp.
Margaret over here.
Yeah. I camped in high school or the summer. Like, yeah, I'll tell you later. We went
Really?
camping for a whole week.
I think I vaguely remember that, I believe.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. A week?
A week.
Where'd you take a shower? Did they
In
have
the,
showers or in the
yes, they
lake?
did, in the communal
Oh,
bathroom.
ew.
Yeah, which is why I'm never doing that again. I will baby wipe and be fine.
See, and that's the thing. I don't mind camping, I don't think. It's just I don't like lakes. Like I don't like swimming in them.
Me neither.
Ugh.
There will be
You don't
none
know
of
what's
that.
in there.
No, well, oh hi. I used to go in the summers with Annie to her cabin, and we were gleefully swimming swimming, I don't swim, but we would be in the lake, yay, until I discovered that it had small fish. And she was like, that day that you finally saw them, that was the darkest day of my life because then we could never go back to I refused to go in that lake ever again. That was disgusting. I don't know what I was thinking.
For
Like I
real,
was
they
all
have like
carefree.
little pollywogs and stuff in there.
They were like the fish that people pay money like to sit in bucket, like put your feet in buckets and like
What do
spas. That's
they?
what they
Oh
looked
no.
like.
Oh hell yeah. See, and don't ever do that.
Why?
People have gotten staph infections from
And
that. hmm
that's enough.
I'm just saying, word to the public, don't do it. I mean, hey, if you have a shop, hey, I hope you clean because apparently they don't clean the water, and I don't know, it's
Lovely.
just a lot. But I've heard a lot of bad stories about that, and I don't like the idea of any fish chomping on my feet. Okay.
Having lunch.
No, ill,
Oh,
gross.
I'm disgusted now.
Wow,
And I'm
we
having
took a
salmon for
turn.
dinner tonight.
Ooh, oh, I love salmon. At least it's a pink fish and not that color.
Yes, that's true. Ew. But yeah, well, how do we? Oh yeah, we're talking about camping and quiet. Okay,
Yeah,
but
but
we'll
we
definitely
must
do that.
reconvene on this subject.
We will, because I think it'd be really cute. But
Yeah,
yes.
that's
Um,
funny.
Neen, next week can we talk I Know What You Did Last Summer?
Of course. Oh my gosh,
And Jennifer
love
Love
those.
Hewitt.
Mm.
Oh,
Wasn't Sarah Michelle Gellar in there too?
she sure was.
Yes,
She sure
exactly.
was.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, they had like tight tank tops. That's all I
Oh,
remember.
they all had killer racks too. Like
Right?
I wanted boobs like Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yeah, to where they had like tight tank tops and then they were like sweating, but it looked pretty,
Yeah, and super flat
cuts perfectly.
stomachs.
Yeah, completely
Yeah.
like hourglass,
Yeah, perfect. I loved that. I was like, oh, I want to look like that.
right? Because they looked pretty even though they were like all bashed up.
Yeah, of course. Their
Hmm.
hair was perfect, but yeah.
Yeah, I would have looked like Kathy Bates in
Yeah.
Misery. That would have been
So,
me. Okay.
I would have looked like Oprah in The Color Purple because the homegirl did not have any makeup on at all.
That's true. She didn't. And she was hot. She was like
Yeah.
all sweaty and
Yeah,
stuff.
that would be
Mm.
me.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't know. I would never look glamorous like that.
I love that we started saying bye like 20 minutes ago.
I know, and it's still going. I don't even know what time we started, people.
You know what? You guys, we love you for this.
Yes,
Thank you for putting up with us. We just have a ball. Like clearly.
we
We're just I
do.
think I forgot we were recording and that we were on the phone.
Same here. God, good thing we didn't say anything else.
I know, start shit talking. Oh my god.
Oh God, no. But it was fun stuff. This was great. I can't wait to see, like I said, what's in store for Friday's Crime Talk
Right.
and what we're gonna bring to the table next week.
Yes, and we will be recording Crime Talk during the day, maybe even in the morning. I will touch
Okay.
base with you on scheduling shortly after this recording session.
Awesome. I can't wait. Can't wait.
Yay!
Well, I don't know.
Sorry.
We're a
That
hot
was cute.
mess.
You were like, well, we can wrap it up. All right, guys, this has been another episode of Totally 90s Podcast. Oh, P.S. Did you listen to Fridays with Neve? Because that was amazing. And I'm not going to
Aw.
re-listen to it until next week when Angel's back, because that was a good one.
Yeah, and my one of my cousins texted me and was like, "Oh my gosh, I am listening to your podcast and I'm freaking out. I'm so scared."
Exactly. So if you
I was
haven't
like,
listened
"That was
to
the
it,
point."
exactly. If
Hmm.
you haven't listened to it, it's an episode right before this one. And happy Halloween. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
So
Boo.
thank you for listening, guys. I had fun with the Neen and your
Aw.
adorable face. And we will see you for Crime Talk in a little bit. So
Oh yeah.
without further ado, catch you on the flip side.
Peace out, buddies.
Scary.